Hi, everyone. My name is Andy Yen, and I'm a Senior Product Marketing Manager on our Employee Workflows team here at ServiceNow. Thank you so much for joining my presentation today. I wish I could have joined you all in person and given this information to you around 5 steps to success with the Now mobile application. I've tried to design the presentation today for an on-demand format, and I hope that you are able to get some great takeaways from it. Over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to spend some time talking to you about who I am and why I care so much about this, why you should be thinking about ServiceNow for your mobile app strategy, and give you 5 practical steps on how you can go from a blank canvas to implementing Now Mobile. Finally, I'm going to leave you with some additional resources that you'll need to get up and running very, very quickly. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm a Senior Product Marketing Manager on our Employee Workflows team here at ServiceNow. Employee workflows are basically any process or service that an employee gets or requests at work. These expand across HR, IT, workplace services, legal, finance. Doesn't matter which department you're getting help from. At the end of the day, it should be really easy for employees to get service so that they can be productive. I'd say my most proudest accomplishment over the last 14 years of me working is to be able to combine my passion and my education with making the world of work better for our customers at ServiceNow. So ServiceNow is the leader in employee service delivery. We serve over 5,400 customers and 260 million employees. That's a lot of transactions and services that we've delivered on our platform. So as the market leader in HR service delivery, we know a lot about the most common employee needs. We work with a broad range of customers that span across the US federal government to international banking institutions such as HSBC, to even budget airline companies in APAC. And across the wide spectrum of customers, we're able to get a big picture of the big moments that matter, such as new hire onboarding, the leave of absence or relocation, to everyday common requests, such as finding an HR policy, updating your emergency contact, or changing your address. All of this should be delivered to you quickly and simply. In 2019, we launched the Now mobile app at ServiceNow to make it easy to get answers, find requests, and get help from basically anywhere. Now, I'm not going to be showing you a demo today. You can actually go into the App Store and download the mobile app right now as I'm talking through my presentation. But what I want to talk to you about today is really how you're actually going to implement this. And I'm sharing best practices based on conversations I've had with customers, as well as our internal IT team in terms of how we've rolled out Now Mobile to thousands of our own employees. So the first step to getting started, before building anything, spend some time researching what resources are required and manage the overall risk and reward. You don't want to be the guy or the gal that takes a risk and puts together this big proposal and spends a whole lot of time, trying to build a new app. Spend some time identifying common employee needs. There's a lot of survey tools out there that you can use to just ask what employees want. You can get inventory of what employees are already using. Second, you're also going to want to define some of the KPIs for success. Know what employees want and be able to justify what you're doing to the business. Things such as usage, adoption, time savings, those are all really, really high-level KPIs that you can provide right away. Last but not least, when you're researching, what I highly recommend is looking at some of the mobile security requirements within your own organization today. And just look at some of the apps that your employees are using and determine what strategy works best for you. At ServiceNow, we offer a lot of options for you to get up and running on making sure that your mobile apps are secure using ServiceNow's platform. So step 2 is all about having a game plan. You want to first define some of the mobile capabilities. Think about all the unique device features that you want to feature, like your camera, or being able to use your voice services on your phone, your location-based services. One of the things that customers also talk to me a lot about is around branding, being able to actually brand the app to meet their specific customer needs. The second part of planning is all about creating a roadmap for mobile. No one gets it done in a single shot. Mobile is one of those things where you're continuously improving and making enhancements to. You're going to want to think about the integrations you want to build and the languages you're going to want to support, as well as how you're actually going to distribute it. Are you going to distribute it privately within your own network or post it on the App Store for Google Play and iOS and have your employees download it right away? I think the last step in this process around planning is actually the most important, around generating executive buy-in. Because in order to roll out mobile across your organization, you're going to need to align with executive sponsorship and identify owners and stakeholders at each step of the process. Step 3 is around configuration. So one of the most amazing things about ServiceNow is that you don't need to really be a technical developer to really get the max usage out of the platform. We have a lot of tools that are going to help you optimize your experience with ServiceNow. However, when you do think about moving everything towards mobile, you also want to optimize for the mobile experience. So things like knowledge articles, for example, you're going to want to make sure they're a little bit shorter. No one's going to have room for that whole screen to read a whole bunch of text. You want to map out what experiences are on your traditional web experience and the mobile app, and they may not be the exact same, and that's totally fine. Think about how you can use things like gesturing on gestures from a mobile phone and directly make that experience much better for your employees. When you're building your workflows for mobile, ServiceNow offers a ton of out-of-the-box functionality. Things like service catalogs that your employees can use. Basically, it's like a menu of services that they can choose from. You don't have to build that all from scratch. The last part of this is around testing. And from what I've seen, a lot of our customers are actually testing the mobile app in a sub-prod environment before making it live. Testing in a sub-prod environment also gives them the ability to test new features very quickly without necessarily causing any sort of problems when employees are testing and using the application up front. Usually it's kind of rolled out in phases. In a sub-prod environment, it's good to start. It also helps establish a governance process so that when you're making updates, you can get feedback much quicker. Step 4 is around launching the app. So you've done all this work, but now you need to generate awareness and adoption. The skills that are needed to scope out what's required and build the app are very different from generating excitement and getting people bought into this new vision that you have. So when you're generating awareness adoption, work with some of your marketing and comms colleagues to get the word out. You also want to make sure that you're training your users and developers. In today's world, we've got 5 generations of workers, so don't anticipate that everyone's going to know how to use the mobile app right away. A lot of customers provide training materials on a website or through an employee portal. They even provide swag for their employees to get them excited about the event of launching a new app. Finally, you want to make it easy for people to provide reviews and feedback, because that's ultimately what's going to help drive the success of your mobile app initiative. A lot of times, customers are building feedback mechanisms within the mobile app itself to make it really easy. Or you can provide a page or emails to make it easy for people to provide feedback as well. It's got to be like that simple Yelp-like experience, where people just see what's rated and they get excited, they download it. The last step is around measuring your success. And these are 3 metrics that we use internally at ServiceNow around productivity, activity, and experience to measure how successful the mobile app initiatives are. Obviously, each initiative is going to have its own metrics. But for example, at ServiceNow, we set the standard to have 80% of your self-service tasks completed through a productivity metric. And we were able to save over 15,000 hours by having employees to be able to self-serve from the mobile phone. They could look up knowledge articles, they could approve expense reports, there are so many different things that we've invested in ServiceNow that have justified the overall investment of rolling out this mobile application. The second part is around activity, right? And one great metric that we use is around monthly active users for mobile, and the number of sessions that are activated, meaning how many people are actually using it in your organization. Finally, things around experience, right? We set the goal of having an 85% employee satisfaction rating here at ServiceNow. And we've got lots of great we've got lots of great quotes internally from our employees on how they're enjoying the application. So in summary, these are the 5 steps that you're going to need to achieve success with Now Mobile. Research how you want to define and create a mobile app strategy. Plan how you plan to build it out and get buy-in for the app. Configure your workflows for mobile. Launch and build excitement around the mobile app. And measure success. But most importantly, once you've gotten to step 5, you're going to need to go back and iterate and do it all over again. Remember, taking a mobile mindset is all about trying to make things better continuously. I'd like to encourage you to try the Now Mobile app yourself. You can actually scan the QR codes here and you can start trying it. You actually don't need to have the mobile app set up in your organization. We provide a demo account for you out of the box once you download it from the iOS and Android store. I'm going to give you a quick second for you to scan the QR code. Like I said, I wanted to leave you with some goodies before I ended my talk today. There are some awesome Knowledge 20 mobile sessions. We've got hands-on labs that show how you get started with Mobile Studio, how you personalize your mobile experiences for your business. We've also got some amazing customers that are talking about their success stories with Now Mobile. We've got MetLife, Accenture is doing a Q&A session on how they rolled out Now Mobile for over 450,000 employees. And Lowe's got a really interesting use case. As the government has asked people to work from home, right? Lowe's has adopted Now Mobile and had their employees also around the US basically use mobile and reimagine how they work. That's a session that you're not going to want to miss. In addition, there are other sessions around mobile branding and publishing, as well as tools to help you learn how to start building around the Mobile Studio. Here's some resources that are available to you. If you're really interested in doing a deep dive on the 5 steps to mobile app success, they are all found in the success playbook that is listed here. But if you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My email is andy.yen@servicenow.com. I'd love to share these resources with you. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I hope you got a lot out of this presentation. And please make sure that you download the demo. Reach out to me if you have any questions on how to get started. I'm happy to point you in the right direction on any resources. In the meantime, stay safe, and I hope to see you all in person next year.